Welcome to Market Measures, tastylive's weekday research, where trading strategies, probabilities, and market behavior are tested using our data against real market conditions and real outcomes. We take complex research and turn it into clear, actionable insight you can trade. Stay tuned. This is research that helps traders build an edge. When are the profits? Daily P&L trajectories. This is a good one. Lots of visuals here for our visual learners here. So most P&L analysis shows only the end of the day results. So a lot of the research that we do, we give you like probabilities, we give you, average P&L of course, and it's based on end of day results here. But these trades, they move very quickly, minute to minute, and so we're going to kind of visualize that price movement for a number of different trades and a number of different setups here. So the question is, does your iron condor reach peak profit at noon and coast, or do you build gains gradually until the close? So we're going to kind of quantify the P&L route throughout the day from starting in the morning to the end of the day and see kind of the optimal spot. So really what we're going to do is, when during the day do profits typically materialize? That's kind of the question we're going to answer here. And what elements of order entry meaningfully change this timing? So we're going to look at an intraday P&L trajectory across various iron condor approaches, exploring whether different strikes, entry times, and widths produce distinct profit patterns throughout the day. So we're gonna see what kind of looks best out of all these setups. And I think from our experience, you're going to see what is the best, or what it has, been the most, the least volatile. So,
yep.
And we just got it. Oh my God.
So that was down
20 handle rally in seconds.
Yeah. Volatility doesn't lie, son. I've often tried to say to myself, how much does it lie? It just doesn't lie.
I know something.
Yeah.
It doesn't lie. It's very true.
It doesn't lie. Unfortunately.
So using 3 years of unfortunately, sometimes I think it's lying.
Yeah.
Like today, I feel like I think it's lying. You got Bitcoin just getting murdered over the last couple sessions, gold and silver trading like meme stocks, equities at all-time highs. You got oil at highs. You got copper at highs. I mean, something's lying.
It is crazy.
Okay, so the study, we're going to be using 3 years of data. This is our full data set for zero-day options. They've only been around for 3 years. 3 years now seems like it's 300 years.
It does, doesn't it?
It feels like it's been around since I've been trading, but it's really only been 3 years. And so we're going to consider a wide variety of short iron condor positions. We're going to look at trades with an initial strike at the 50, 40, 30, and 20 delta. We're going to look at the long strikes of 10, 20, 30, and $60, with the width of the spread. And we're going to look at the market open, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. For those entries. So for each set of entry mechanics, we're going to take the results and find the mean behavior over the course of the day, as well as the one standard deviation dispersion. So you're going to see these dispersion graphs of P&L throughout the day. It's a pretty cool one here.
Okie dokie.
Bonds down 10 too.
Bonds down 10.
Interesting.
Yep, very interesting day so far.
So the first one we're looking at short strike selection strongly influences how long it takes to get to profit. So here you're looking at $20 wide iron condor with $50 or 50 delta short strikes. You're basically right at the money. You can see these trades, they don't move a lot until the end of the day. And this makes complete sense because it's a relatively tight spread. This 20-point wide spread using the 50 deltas is an iron fly. You're going to be within the expected move on either side of the market. And so, this is naturally going to be a trade that you're going to have to hold a lot longer. You're going to have to hold this basically until the last hour of the day here. Yeah. And you could see that throughout that, the first hour or so of the day, it doesn't move all that much. You're talking about, $20 to $25 on a spread that's going to probably trade, $10 to $15 in total value, $1,500 versus $5 in risk.
True.
So the next one here, we're widening it out a little bit. So we're looking at a 20-point wide iron condor with the 40 delta for the short strikes. And we're starting this obviously at the open. And you can see this one, your P&L moves a little bit quicker. And this makes perfect sense because you're moving further out on the curve. This is kind of getting closer to where we're looking. We go towards the 20 delta, but you can see as you get further out of the money, the trade's going to move quicker from a P&L standpoint. You don't have as much profit potential, but it's going to move a lot quicker in that first hour or two. That $20 to $50 profit range comes in that first, 2 hours or so. Whereas to get to the $25 or $50 profit on the 50 delta, closer at the money, you got to kind of wait towards the last 2 hours or so of the day.
Very good.
So the next one here, we're getting more towards where we kind of play, whereas the $20 wide spreads at the 20 delta for the short options. You can see here, this is kind of in line with what I think we've experienced over the short time of us doing this. Semi-regularly, not exactly every day, but we do, 1 or 2 of these a week usually. But usually around that first hour, hour and a half, around when Q comes on, that's kind of where our SPX spread hits that $50 to $75 profit target, which is what we're targeting on these trades. We're usually selling these at $3 to $4 is our usual entry mark here. We're taking 10, 15, 20% of the max profit, somewhere between $50 and $100. And it usually happens in that first 2 hours. Like you can see the distribution here. By the time you get to, noon/1 or 2, 1-ish PM, you've basically made as much as you can make. Like you're holding all risk going into the end of the day. You're at that $100 mark, your 25 to 50% of the max profit is right there at noon. But these are the trades where if you're looking to put it on and take a small profit and move on to the next thing, this is really where you should be. The 50 delta options, tighter spreads, right at the money, those are really binary. You're going to have to hold those to the end of the day. The 20 deltas, quick profits, and you're out. That's kind of what you're seeing here. It comes in around the first 2 hours. It's a cool distribution here. It's cool to see.
It is a cool distribution. Crazy, I guess splatter chart you would call these. A little difficult to kind of see, but really what you're looking at is the cone. It's just a cone kind of.
Well, yeah, these are all occurrences looped together in a P&L distribution. So if you zoomed in on this, you'd see these little lines in there, and these are each one of the occurrences, and you kind of put them together, and it's a distribution, which is amazing.
Yep, awesome.
So the next one here is a $10 wide iron condor with 30 delta short strikes, and we're doing this again at the open. Again, you can see around that, first 2 hours or so is where you're getting to that $50 to $75 profit range, more so towards the 50 range. But again, this is a tighter spread. So this trade, when you're looking at this at 30 delta, $10 wide, it's probably trading at about $2.50 to $3. Mm-hmm. So again, that $50 is like that 10 to 15% of the max profit, and it's coming, before noon. You're usually in this at the open, and then by noon you're out of this for $50 in either direction. Is the normal occurrence here. When you get to the closer to expiration, you're going to have a wider swing, and that's why the tail kind of flares out at the end, is because these get more binary as you get closer to expiration. You see the tail widen out on all these trades, as you get into that last hour.
Which is not unusual, right? That's what you would expect. Yep.
Totally.
Beautiful.
And so here we got a lot of these. I mean, we've got a full 12 slide deck here. And so the choice of width with more looking at buying power here. So a lot of people want to do this with as minimal buying power. We're looking at a $30 wide iron condor with a 30 delta short option. So we're getting a little bit bigger on this trade. You can see again here, the first 2 hours is when you're getting to that $50 to $75. I think all of these are going to kind of show that, is that, like that's kind of your spot to be in and out of these, is in at the open, managing them, within the first couple hours, which is where all of our research has really been.
That is correct. That is correct.
So this one is getting more of like a synthetic strangle here. So now you're talking about a 30 delta for the short options, going $60 wide. Again, this is you're at this point, like you're getting a little bit too wide, and you can see this looks a lot like the $30 wide spread, and that's because you're really not adding to the position. This is a point where it might make sense to just up the contracts if you're going $30 wide or even $20 wide with a out of the money spread. It makes sense to just up the contracts instead of going $60 wide, because your relative credit is going to be really, really small. You might only collect another 50 cents or maybe $1 for going $60 wide versus $30 wide. And so here you can see it's a lot like the others, but you have much wider distributions. If you can see on the chart here, you have some big losses on the downside, and that's because you're simply just adding more risk without adding much more reward to these trades.
Yeah, it's definitely a risk trade, and not the reward that you would look for.
Yep.
I mean, 0 days are instant gratification, instant pain. I mean, we always talk about it's advantageous to put them on when volatility is expanding. That is not today. Volatility is actually contracting, if you can believe it or not. Volatility is down to 1865. Remember, last night it got up to 20.
Yesterday it was 20 intraday, and then we ended the day at below 19.
That is correct.
Absolutely nuts.
Yep.
So the next slide here. So whenever you started, the first few minutes of the trade were the least predictable. That's not a shock. Most of these trades, as soon as you put them on, it seems to go against you at least 10 to 15 cents.
Yeah.
They're not instant trades. Again, it usually is like that first hour is when you see things start to move. Hour to 2 hours into the day is when things start to kind of decay. So here we're looking at a $20 wide iron condor using the 40 delta for the shorts. Again, it's kind of the same story across all of these. The next ones, though, we're going to be looking at starting later in the day. So here we're starting at 9:30, which is an hour after the open. And still, this was kind of the same thing, the same sort of story. It takes about 2 hours for these trades to get to that $50-ish mark. Here, we're looking at $20 wide iron condor, 40 delta for the shorts. Just starting it an hour later, it's going to be a cheaper spread because there's going to be some decay. But again, it starts to work after about 2 hours.
Very good.
So the last one here, starting at 11 Central. So this is a couple hours after the open. These trades, when you get further into the day, you have to hold these towards the close. Is really the key here. Is that you either have to start this at the open and be out in the first 2 hours. If you don't do that, you're going to be trading it and holding it to the rest of the day. So those are the two kind of options that we're giving.
A lot of hopium when you're holding it and trading it to the end of the day. Now, markets move, right? I mean, so it's not it's an outside shot, maybe a 30% chance shot by just looking at it here, but it's an outside shot. But it really is a lot of hopium. This is a trade probably that I would look at that's gone bad, not a trade that I'm looking to put on. Does that make sense?
Correct. Yeah, for sure. Okay. For sure.
Okay.
So a couple takeaways for you. Zero DT premium selling success relies on accumulating many small edges. Daily P&Ls were average to nearly flat, with profitability built through consistent repetition, not large wins. We've shown this multiple times of just managing these trades for conservative amounts of profit, 10, 15, 20%, greatly increase not only the profits that you have on the trade, but they reduce those big tail losses, which really flatten out your P&L distributions.
near at the money strikes rarely hit 50% of the max profit. This shouldn't be a shock to you because these trades you're going to have to hold till expiration. Those were the very tight distributions where they kind of flare out at the end. That's because you have to kind of wait to the end of the day here. Further out of the money options, out of the money positions with smaller credits can reasonably aim for higher percentage targets. So when you're going to that 20 or 30 delta short option, you can increase to the 20 or 30% of the max profit because you have a little bit more wiggle room for the market to move there. The first few minutes of the trade showed the most rapid P&L movement. So right when you put this trade on, it's going to fluctuate. And so, you got to keep that in mind as well. So a mix of data and experience is needed to understand your trade's rhythm and enable the confident management. I think our mechanics have worked really well for us of just like kind of taking the $50 ish, looking for that $20 delta for the short options. You go 10, 15, $20 wide on the spreads, but really just the key being in and out of these trades, not getting married to these.
Thanks for watching. If you want more context and more ways to think about markets, check out more of our videos. And don't forget, give us a like, comment, subscribe, and watch Tasty Live.